Okay, so many issues with ABS. I don't know what's going on. Bloody hell. I was listening to Ed. Hello. I saw you in the chat room and I had to fix it. I don't know what's going on. I restarted the computer, restarted my DNS stuff. Nothing. Just decided to start wanting to work now. So if it crashes again, oh, no surprise. I think I've been going too hard because I haven't even been watching what I'm doing. How's the sound? Because I've lost RTX as well. I'm going to use a Massif fan when we get to the base. Looks like I'm in. Just about to hit the leaders. Thanks, Reuben. Just let me know in the chat and I'll hit the mute button when we get to the climb. Yeah, Mick. Mountain bike kicks everyone's ass. Don't bother gravel, don't bother TT. I'm going to get rid of Edstream now that I know I've got mine. Yeah, it's no draft. All right. Everything ready for this. The hardest part's been done. Let me know if this is stupidly loud. Yeah, Mick, I reckon I can try and do an 8-second bike swap. Sorry if I'm yelling. Turn it down a bit. It is loud. Okay, so my bike swap coming up. What's Ed on? I think he went to the APOS, didn't he? Something made a noise. Well, it is what it is, but I won't be doing much talking in a second. I'll just turn the volume down. Here we go. Bike change coming up. All right, stop pedaling. Let's go. Mick, use the slope. Don't worry about pressing A on the slope. They're behind me still. Well, that was worth a bike change, that's for sure. Turn 8, Ruben. Halfway just about. Probably not Mick. Going for about 375. Ah, excellent. David. Thanks, mate. What time did I start the out? Alright, on the ABS. Back again. Going to 20 minutes, guys. Oh my God. Oh man, dude. Actually back to 20 minutes, 381. I'm happy with that. I was aiming for 375. Well, considering that Zwift takes a 20-minute power. Thanks, David. Lucky ABS worked for long enough to get that. Where did Ed come? So I won't end ride, finished event. Power. So critical power. So 21 minutes 54, 32. All right, slow climb to the top of the Alp now. Where's everyone else? There's Ed. Back to me. Hey Carl. You missed OBS is actually up on me, but I managed to get the important parts. It was funny, Carl, because I wasn't watching the screen. I was trying to set my stream up. So I was resetting setting, going to DNS, changing the DNS. None of that worked, and then it just started working. So I wasn't watching the screen, I was just pedaling. I looked up, and I was going, I'd gone past Ed. I think I was saying in the chat that I got about a 9-second bike swap. Anyway, that's better, guys. Turn the hovercraft off. What is it, 750 centimetre blades? Where I was I wearing the other jersey? I got two jerseys because I wasn't sure if Ed was going to be wearing his pink band or climbers jersey. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be wearing the same jersey. That'd be embarrassing. Am I still doing 180 watts? How's the sound now? Is it? I can probably turn the noise reduction down now. Oh man, getting the stream set up, it's harder than doing the ride. At least with the ride, you just put your head down, push, push, push. Keep going. Next corner. Next corner. With a stream. Well, most of you tech guys, including David. How are you feeling, Carl? You're feeling sick, I remember, if I recall correctly. How's everyone else in the chat, by the way? I didn't get a chance to say. Still got this drink. So hard drinking. Still got like 700 mils in it. I mean, smashing the electrolytes recently. Not sure if you guys got Hydrolyte bought or if you got something else badged the same. We're taking 4 tabs for a bottle of water. What they recommend. Usually I just take 1. I never realised you're supposed to take 4. I think you watched the last one was my birthday stream, wasn't it, Lord? With the birthday drink. She was so proud of that drink. I don't think she was too happy with how I wasn't showing full appreciation for it. I enjoyed it. It's just that when you're streaming, well, for me, 99% of my small intellect is being taken up by making sure everything's working. While we're here, I'm going to make... There's Carl going. There you go, David. Carl can keep an eye on you now. Assume it made him a moderator. Well, 375 is 5 watts per kilo, so just over 5 watts. Yeah, Lord, you've been away for a while. You deserve a good rest because you've got a lot of in-streams coming inbound now, come winter. 24-hour job for you. I've got a good little crew here. They look after themselves. I got Carl on the case now. Keep an eye on that David Raynham. Troublemaker, that guy. At least he can't steal my Strava comms. Head turned around. Yeah, he has. I was thinking about turning around, but I've got to do a ride anyway. Might as well go to the top. I'll go to the top, then quit my ride. We're here. Is it? I always get confused. It's not Sheffield that you live in, Carl, is it? It's near Sheffield. Not Manchester, is it? Anyway, if I quit my ride at the top of the Alp, you hear a scream coming from that part of the world. If you just jumped in and you're going to do this ride later on, go back and watch my bike change. Use the slope of the Alp to slow down rather than pressing A. Saves you going through the menus. Also look at my video too. I talked about the my second video where I compared 200 watts and 350 watts. It shows how you can set up what bike you're going to use. Yeah. Should I do this in zone 17? I think I'm in zone 6 now. On my 50 zone system. I hope Phil's watching. But yeah, if you go into when you stop, on PC it goes to the bike you're on. So try and ride a mountain bike that has a climbing bike right next to it. Sheffield. Mansfield. Mansfield. Well, there's a town in Victoria here too. Really nice climbing area up in the Alps. Well, our version of the Alps. 6.2. 6.2. Okay, I got to do one more what? It's got to be the purple on the graph. And yeah, getting back to my boring stuff, on Apple TV it goes straight to the top of your garage. So just use a Bridgestone bike, climb if you got it. Going too hard. Why am I doing this? I need to turn the fans on. Jersey back off again. So how's everyone? I've already asked this, but I never listened to the answers. I was watching a movie the other night. Very corny. Oh, back again. OBS just randomly stops on me. I'm going to reinstall it. Yeah, Lord, you should quote that. I should put that on my page somewhere. You missed the bit where I have a lot of opinions and I'm happy to say shit. Well, I do it, Lord, because I've got to do a lot of riding. I've got to do a lot of riding to keep up with these guys. So I might as well do something while I'm riding. I was doing a ride with Whitney the other week. I'm not sure if you guys saw the photo. Probably did because I post stuff everywhere. She rides behind me. She took a photo of my shirt off. She really liked the photo, but it was under my arm. So she put a little emoji on there to cover it up. At least I don't make her ride right behind me. I've got her finally paid for her subscription, so she's a fully paid member of Zwift for this month. She just sits on her phone and watches the videos, and she just rides along. I haven't bothered giving her any FTP tests or anything, because the reality is, it doesn't make any difference right now. If she gets better, I might do a little series with her. But not pushing her. She can just sit on the bike and watch her videos. Get 20 minutes in every day. That's a massive win, as it is. Probably what I should be doing rather than this stupid stuff. I could learn 10 languages by now, rather than which bikes are the bikes to use on Zwift. Reminds me back of the day when I used to be a really good player of certain games. Used to be really good. And then what does that skill give me? Okay, maybe it means I can run. I can press things as I'm doing 180 beats per minute, but still. My younger sister learnt the piano. She got to the stage, well, she's now a qualified instructor if she wanted to. That's a skill for life. Yeah, exactly, Ruben. What am I going to say when I actually get out of lockdown and get to talk to people? I'm going to be mortified if I don't get up that hill faster. They're really going to enjoy me describing all my Zwift riding. The difference between TSS and XSS. Why I'm changing from trying to build my training load to taking more days off. Meanwhile, my sister plays beautiful music in the background. She's learning the cello now. She's got a PhD in molecular chemistry, or so maybe that's my brother's got a master's in chemistry. So she's working at the Melbourne Uni at the moment. She's got a few papers. I think I always forget. My stepdad tells me because it's my half sister, which probably explains why she's 50% better than me. She has quite a few papers now published. She's got a high ranking in whatever that score is for the published. Goes to conferences and talks. Meanwhile, here I am, busting my ass, trying to do it 380 watts. You guys love this too, that's why you're here. My out time, 40 minutes. I think Tim Perkins just beat me, the organiser of the event. Go back and watch Ed's stream. An interest? I'm surprised. Did I beat him? Surely not. Surely not. I don't want to grab this, just in case I try and go for an out PB. I want to get a feather next time I'm up here. Am I still streaming? I assume so. Yes, I like to delete OBS and reinstall. It's weird because it doesn't show any drop packets or anything. It's all drop packets, drop frames. It's all green, perfect. And then it just stops. It's like OBS crashes. Thanks, Ruben. This is why I live stream, because even if I wasn't live streaming, I'd still be talking to myself in my head. Like Mick. Mick does the same thing. How's the sound without, I'm using, because RTX randomly decides to kill itself. I don't mean to, I forget to check this before I go to the stream, so I'm just using the, back again. Jesus, frustrating. So yeah, I use a Logitech G Hub. I'll be interested to see because it's different software. I might swap to Streamlabs. This has been running really well, but I think there was an update recently. Maybe that's the issue. I might swap over to Streamlabs and see if that works before trying this again. No, OBS. OBS keeps stalling. It's not dropping any packets. Whitney's Zoom's working fine. I know we had issues with the internet the other day, but I'm still, Zwift is running fine, everything else is running fine. ABS just decides to freeze up. Could be related to the internet. I tried changing DNS and everything. I forgot what his username is in the back pedal. That didn't help. So I went back to auto again because it wasn't working at the beginning of the stream. Well, I started doing ABS just because it was the first. I think Shane Miller uses it. And it's the easiest just to set up until you start learning things. I think Streamlaser's got a bit more. Oh no, it's fine. Like I'm using 18% CPU in ABS and my total control delete. CPU is at 70%, memory is at 6.7 out of 16 gigs. Graphics card's at 55%. No bottlenecks. Well, easy to set up. I do things easy, then I make them harder and harder and harder. I've learnt in life that you start off easy, you negative split everything you do. It's like when you start a new job. When you start a new job, don't do a good job. Do not do a good job when you first start a job. That's the number one lesson in life. Because you will just get more and more responsibilities and the same pay. Settle into your job, work out what you should be doing so that you can get a better job. But if you do a good job to start off with, people will hate you who work with you because you show them up. And also you'll get a lot more responsibilities. So you and I are too much alike, David. Did you get yourself a Zwift illness? The other one is take up smoking, so you, well, don't actually smoke, but just pretend you're a smoker so you can go for a smoke break. Pretty soon I can get a mental illness, regardless. All I gotta do is watch my streams. That's the great thing about doing this event. If this was the proper out, I'd be so dead right now. Just waiting for this never-ending last section. I'm trying to get into bookkeeping. I've started doing some work as bookkeeper. Yeah, so every route you do now, it shows the progress bar. So if you're doing, I think if you're doing an event with 3 or 4 laps, it'll show you the lap, but also how far to go. It's pretty good for someone like Whitney when I ride with her, because before, she'd have no idea how far it is to go. And I'm not paying attention, so when she's doing 20 kilometers an hour, it takes a half an hour to do those 10-kilometer routes. Yeah, David. You and I would be friggin'. We'll be sprinting those sprint banners. And then spending too much time chatting and laughing. I think I'd probably have a 50 TSS score just from being a dickhead. don't know, should I stream it? It'll stop me from talking on the keyboard. It just keeps my dickheadness to the select few rather than the 8,000 people on Utopia. Thanks for watching, Ruben. I'm going to go back and watch Ed's stream. I think I probably should just stream it. I mean, doesn't really matter. I'll just sit there and talk to myself anyway. The only issue, of course, is that it'll be cutting in and out all the time. What ride are you doing? Well, if you haven't gone already, Ruben, what ride have you got planned for the weekend? Oh. Okay, 1,000-watt sprint to the finish, guys. Gotta get my sprint power back up. I'm building my 20-minute power. I'm losing my sprint power. I'll end up doing ZRL when I'm at the front, doing it easy and still come 15th, 16th. Getting beat by guys who are on the limit, but they can still pump out 16 watts per kilo for 20 seconds. Yeah. I think Ed's I don't know if he went as hard as he could, but I think he's struggling with the heat indoors, isn't he? Hasn't been indoors for very long. Okay. I'll do a Pritchard, ride around real easy and then get the glory of trying to hit, well, he normally hits 1600 watts. I need to clean my chain. Well, not clean. I've got to wax my chain. I do so much erg riding in one gear. I think I'm in it. That gear's worn out. Yeah, I was expecting him to come past, but he's been doing so much anaerobic work. It shows how much specificity, and he's dropped his training load. It's funny because I don't train for my anaerobic power, but I do a lot of Zwift racing. Before ZRL, the one that I did with you guys, I didn't really do much anaerobic work, but I'm just naturally good at it. So it really works out well for ZRL. Just do a couple of races. I get it back pretty quick. And of course ZRL rewards anaerobic VO2 and VO2. There's such a fine line between anaerobic and VO2. I don't really kind of see much of the same, unless it's a sprint effort, 15 seconds. You lift your VO2, you're going to lift your anaerobic, and vice versa. I know Reba might necessarily agree with me, but that's my simpleton view. All right, here we go. Glory run to 1,000 watts. Right gear. Hope I don't spin out. I didn't see 1,000 watts, so I went again. That was too high a gear. Oh, I got the wheels. I got the arrow. What did I get? Hey, 1,006 watts. I'll do another one because I used to be able to do 1,200. Get another one in. First one's always crap. Choose a better gear this time. There's a few. Kick some rocks up at myself. Yeah, exactly. Third sprint's always my best. Got to get the right gear this time. That time was the right leg. How many watts was that? I got sticky watts from that though, unfortunately. You can also set the spike. Alright. Go a little bit better. We'll go down the hill. Stop me from 1100, okay. Try it down this slope as I build up the... Probably didn't give myself enough break, but I might as well do it now. Hey, let's hit the arrow. Let's have a look. Probably 1100. I haven't been hitting 1200 for a while. I need to give myself a rest. Enough of my excuses though. 1106, yeah. Ah. If I could do 1106 for 30 seconds, I'd take that over 1200 for 5. That was a nice cool down. It's still streaming. Yeah, I haven't done a max sprint, Marco, outdoors since I broke my collarbone because I'm, as you can see when I even unclipped, I have to really screw those down. But last time I went for a max sprint, my chain slipped and I hit my knee on the handlebar. Yeah, it's funny when I'm streaming, I keep pointing at this collarbone, but it's not this collarbone that I broke. It's because I see in the mirror, so it's that collarbone. So I'm really reluctant. Not that I ride outdoors much, but when I did ride outdoors after coming back, I'm really reluctant to put a max sprint in. I just need to harden up. But when I used to sprint outdoors, it used to be 100 watts more or so. The gearing's really important. Yeah, I just got to tighten them down, Marco. I've got them not too tight because I want to be able to unclip. But if I'm going to be sprinting, I need to tighten them down. Yeah, from all your smashing rides outside, or is it walking to the cake shop, David? God, I take the piss out of you. Yeah, Marco, I unclip when I think because my cadence is too low, I'm pulling up, and I must just have a little bit of twist in my feet as I'm pulling up. Might just be being on the trainer. Outdoors, when you pull up, the bike will sort of align itself, I suppose. But I know that I unclip easier on the trainer than I do outdoors. Yeah, just ask David. The first time I got these shoes and I went for a good ride. Can't really. I'm not flexible up. There you go. So first time I got my. I'll just go this way. First time I got these shoes, I went for a ride, and we went the wrong direction. And we went down basically a mountain bike road, rather than a road bike road. It was I made a video of when one of my mates had a crash because he let go of the brakes for some reason. Anyway, we had to walk for about 1 kilometre down this gravel road. I chewed up all the bottom of my new carbon shoes. Yeah, we all know David Raynham now. That mad com hunter of the north, or is it doesn't really have the same ring in the centre, does it? The central, what is it? Is it? I've got no idea. You always talk about Lake District, Peak District, Scotty and Nate Bullet Bale District. Minehead to me, I have this vision of Minehead of like this little quaint town. Like it seems like such a lovely place to visit. Midlands. Com hunter of the Midlands. No, it doesn't sound as good as the north. Man from the north. I've got to go and visit Minehead when I go. Go and get a haircut. What is it? Bales? There's a hairdresser across the street, but they're not allowed to work. I've been cutting my own hair. Cutting my own beard. So I watch all these videos. I like watching. Well, I like watching the streams. Piglet, Paul Hamlet, another famous YouTuber who's not on YouTube, like David. Yeah, the haircut. It's annoying when I stream because I look down and and I can see how little hair I've got. I need to try and ride like this all the time. Yeah, what was I saying about Port Hamlet? That's right. He was saying that he likes watching the streams while he's doing his workout. Or his sessions, and I was saying, yeah, I did the same thing the other night when Ed was doing his 30-second efforts or 1 minute efforts. And I was 2.5 hours into my 3-hour ride. And I was watching Ed, and I'd see he's doing 100. I could see 196. And I think, what the hell? This feels really hard. This is not right. And then he'd hit. Then the banner would come up, and I'd get ready to start pushing harder on the next interval, and nothing would happen. I much prefer watching Phil Lovett's outdoor rides where he's going up a really steep 20%, 25% hill and I'm just cruising along in zone 2. Those hills feel really easy. Keep on coming, Phil. I feel like a champion. I feel like a 60 kilo climber. Got this up descent's a long time. I was watching the video, I pressed fast forward 2 times. I want to just finish off. Hey Paul, speaking of the devil, did you hear your name and get itchy ears? When I did my video the other day, your message came up when I was using my phone. Lucky you didn't send me a OnlyFans picture. I forgot to edit it out. How was your TT? TTTTT. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I yell out Paul's name if I need a wheel. I'm riding. He suddenly appears and I follow his wheel. Yeah, you're the David strategist. Yeah, you didn't. Well, my stream, my OBS is acting up. I'll go to Streamlabs, I think, try that. So I did the start. I rode to the bottom of the mountain, not even watching my watch, because I was trying to get my stream going. OBS was having a tantrum. Yeah, I have to check. I'll check on Zert. I reckon my new FTP will be 370, 372. What happened? Did you get you been sick or something? Oh, I still don't believe it, David. Did Ed put himself down as my weight? I watched Ed's TT effort. Paul, I don't agree with. I mean, they're fast, so I don't know whether it actually, because I'm not speaking sense at the moment. I'll try and speak English. So what they were doing is they were slingshotting from the back, as far as I could see. So they'd roll back and then they'd slingshot through. And they get a big gap, but then everyone would accelerate onto them and keep accelerating through, which might be the fastest way on Zwift, because in real life you can't do that because you run into each other. So maybe it's the fastest way on Zwift. Your message got held for review, David. I have to do show. Give me a second. There you go. So to know, Paul, what do you reckon about that slingshotting the TT? It's going to be a harder effort, but maybe it keeps the momentum of the group going for more? I would have thought that you just want to roll off the front and just keep the same momentum rather than pushing through every time. I'd like to do a test. I'm going to change to the mountain bike. I'd like to do a test where you gonna wake my Siamese up. Yeah. I'd like to do a test where we try and see which is the fastest method: blobbing, doing that slingshot, or the traditional method. I mean, maybe the slingshot works the best if people aren't happy or confident with making sure they keep the gaps, because you need people to be able to keep an eye on the group. Like when I'm gonna be riding the TT, when I'm on the front, this is a view I'll be using. If I find it, I'll be using this view when I'm at the front. That's what I did last ZRL, so I can watch the group, so I can see if that split's happening rather than using the 6 meters. Especially if there's a 4th or 5th wheel is getting dropped and I can slow down. Or using this view. Go that way. That's another good view to use, so you can see the gaps in the groups. But not everyone can do that because of Apple TV and other things. Not everyone can. Well, you're at your maximum limit most of the time, so. Yeah, so you reckon the slingshot method's the best? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. And that's why I was thinking maybe it is the fastest, because those guys, they aren't stupid. They got in the Premier League for a reason. Yeah, David. You know what they say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And yeah, that's the other thing too, Paul. It's really risky because, as you can see in edge stream, the slingshot, you can't go too hard or you just disappear, and your effort's wasted. You have to really, well, I like to practice a lot of TTs, but the issue is for my team in Chile is that they're all still doing outdoor rides. They're doing their national races. Got the aero guys. Maybe next weekend I'll do a WTRL. I don't get WTRL. Latte, mocha, skinny frappuccinos. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Paul. I was thinking it is. I can see it being the fastest way because outdoors. Like, this is what I was going to do with last year. I was going to talk to Alejandro about maybe doing similar, slingshotting through the group, not too hard though, because in real life, that's what you could do if you could ride straight through a group. The reason why you pull off and go back is because the other riders can't go straight through. So maybe it is the fastest way. Traditional methods can be thrown out the window. You just have to make sure you don't slingshot too hard. Yeah, you're with me, Lord. I don't go near it. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. That's what I did last season, Paul, is I was just filling the gaps. Just fill the gaps. Because I'm pretty punchy. So I can you just got to do a quick surge just to get to that gap quickly. The longer you wait for that gap, the worse it is. So if everyone looks at each other and lets the gap go, you all end up everyone does the same effort to get back to that spot. So it's better if just someone puts an effort in. Hey Theo, well you're 12, anything you're doing is good. You don't have to worry about performance at the moment. Just have fun. You just enjoy your riding. Probably in 2 years' time you'll be kicking out, but you got so much development to go. You still don't know what sort of rider you are either at the moment, Theo. If you watch Ed Laverick's channel, which I assume you do, you'll see that he didn't realise he was a climber until he'd fully grown. I don't think anyone mind when I say he's not really fully grown, is he? He's still so light. That's what I'll do this season, Paul, is I'll do my turns, but it's so much easier if someone just closes the gap without yelling out. Yell for someone to close the gap, everyone's thinking what's going on? Is there someone dropped? Did you do this ride, Theo? It's another ride, well the same event's on in a couple of hours if you want to jump in and give it a go. Backpedal needs its own kit. I've been talking to a few of the guys on Backpedal, but we can't get a kit at the moment. Awesome, Theo. Yeah, just enjoy it. If you go into Zwift Power, you can see what cat you're supposed to be in. I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, a lot of people stress about cat, but if you're just doing these sort of races, just race and see how you go. If you start winning races, move up. The fun's actually not coming first. I was watching a stream. Oh, that's right. Mark Lewis was doing, he races in, yeah, exactly, Marco, see you on the same page. He races in Cat C, Theo, and he's a Cat C racer, but he's decided to move up to get a lot more enjoyment, because it's more fun trying to hang on and then getting a 10 or a top 20 than absolutely smashing everyone. So if you find that you're finishing dead last, move down a cat, and if you're finishing around 20th, 10th, you're in a good cat. If you find that the races are too easy and you're still sprinting for the finish, but you're not really gassed by the sprint, then maybe move up a cat, because you want to be learning the skills to stay in a group. Yeah, Paul. There's a discussion I was having with David that you learn a lot racing in a cat that's too hard for you. You learn where your deficiencies are in your manoeuvring in the pack. If you watch Hale, I can't remember how to say his name. He just does everything wrong in the race. He'll drop back and lose the wheel. It looks like he might be, I don't know, bringing the paper. But because he's so strong, he just comes back flying through the pack, and then we'll do a breakaway and win. But if he did that as a B racer in a B race, he'd be dead last every time. Yeah, don't be a tactical B and a C. Don't be a tactical C and a real B, something like that. Yeah, exactly, Lord. So Theo, if you want to become a really good racer, race in a group that you're just struggling to hold on to, not necessarily finishing with. You'll learn where the pinch points are on the course. You'll learn where to get a little bit of momentum into the group. Yeah, I did that, the downtown Dolphin. It's a much more steady course. You've got a little bit of hill, but it's much steadier. Whereas if you go the bell lap, I like the bell lap, where you got to go up the cobbles. You get to do a hard effort and try and recover as much as you can before you do a hard effort. That's my style of riding. Dig deep, recover, dig deep, recover. Speaking of which, yeah. Well, the reason why I like the other direction, Paul, because it suits my abilities. I know it hurts the other guys more. Still hurts me. But just I know that it's hurting them more. I just want to get to this bridge. The other thing, yeah, Which direction are you going, Theo, if you're still there? As a light rider, you really struggle on the descent. I was so annoyed at my stream. Well, annoyed at my race, Marco. Looking back over it, I was in such a good position. I had a lot of momentum coming through the pack. There's so much momentum coming through the pack. That I think I would have got a top 5 because we're catching a group that were being lapped. I mean, would have blasted through them with about 100 meters to go. So even if I hit the front, I would have had lots of drafting. And I was feeling good. I think he means he's not on it right now. Lord. Yeah, have a good race there. Just have fun. Don't worry about winning or losing, just try and learn the tactics. There we go, we're at the bridge. He's asking how much longer. Is dinner almost ready, is it? Okay. All right, I'll go out of the jungle and then I'll be done. Yep, I'll jump in the shower. Whitney's doing her hobby, which is actually pretty good for me. As I said to Marco, Paul, when it crashed, you don't really have a chance to get pissed off. You're just like, what's going on? I wasn't sure if sometimes if you accidentally close Zwift, it'll just stop on the stream. I thought maybe I'd accidentally press something like that. I still don't know if I might have bumped a button. Weird. So I wasn't sure if it was going to pop up again. Now it'd be another 100 meters down the line. So I was getting ready to sprint again, but then I just gave up. Cooking, Lord, cooking. She sits there and watches cooking videos while I sit there and watch men sweating. See you, Carl. Oh, don't want to go jungle loop. Oh, wrong one. Don't go jungle loop. Ooh, just in time. And that's the other thing too, yeah, Paul, like, as I was saying to Thea, just enjoy the racing. Like, in the end, okay, yeah, it would have been great to get a top 5. Because I put all that effort in to get to that position, and I lost a bit of, gone too far back, but then I made it up by coming through the pack so fast. I think the pack at the front have been putting on so much power from the bottom of the descent. So they're all a bit gashed until they're waiting a little bit longer to sprint. So that's why I wasn't angry, because I was happy with my performance. It was a class field, and I was in a position not to win, because I know some guy's going to have 1300 watt sprint, but didn't get dropped. I had a top 10, I think, at least. So it was a hard race. 350 watts average or something. Because the aero guys got on the front. Yeah, let's have a look. I haven't really paid attention to the Basley. Yeah, see, Ed got second. Why do you keep telling me I beat Ed? Or was I just misunderstanding? Why can't I go okay? Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I don't believe these guys. What are they talking about? There's no way, unless you put his weight in to Zwift. I mean, my weight into Zwift, there's no way. Yeah, thanks, Paulus. Now, I'll show you the graph. Did I show you the graph? I'll go back to the graph. I've got 359 in as my FTP. Right. Yeah, I've got 359 as my FTP. I think this will kick me up to 370. Went a little bit hard at the beginning because it's so steep. Then tried to settle in and then tried to go a little bit harder through here and gave up. And then went hard again. $20. So 382 for 22 minutes. So I was happy with that. So FTP is coming back up again after my rest. I'm trying to get to, I think my best was 375 recently. I'm trying to get to 380. Not that FTP matters that much, but it's just a number. Yeah, David. That's why you stop straight after the event, don't you? So you get a lot more red across it. If I keep riding for another few hours, it's going to look like an effort up the forward KOM. What happens if I change my FTP? Oh, maybe because FTP got changed. Yeah, see, 362. So I'll put it back to 359. And ride. Yeah, not much different. Alright, change. It's like, no, you can't do that. Alright, so this is what I think it is. Could be more. Yeah, probably 20 minutes. Probably looks a bit better. I'll find out from Zert when I upload this. At least I didn't stop at the top of the Alp, David. Well, it wasn't for the fact I did my sprints, I would have stopped at the top of the Alp just to annoy you. Oh, I've got to spot black. Can't be caught dead riding into town with this crap. Where am I? Video. Video on. Okay. Charge. Let's get a little bit. No, I do that. These ones don't look too bad, actually. I haven't ridden this bike for so long. It's pretty damn heavy, so it should be good down the hill. Hope you don't get sick. I got rid of my glasses, David. Still ginger though. Ginger ninja. So worried about that back wheel. It looks like, well, it reminds me of when you ride a motorbike and they've got nothing on the back. You're going to fall off and get squished into the back of the bike. Now wearing the aero kit, I want to wear the back pedal kit, we ain't got one. Make sure I don't go right. That would be disastrous. I'll go along my kingdom cliffside. Oh, mind you, I shouldn't because Whitney wants me to have dinner, don't I? Okay, go to the bottom. So I'd like having if we had back pedal on the back of our kits, it'd be so good. Kind of, you can buy these kits in real life, but I don't think I want to wear it because it looks too much like the Australia jersey. I end up being beaten up by those Aussies. Thinking that I'm pretending I'm the Aussie champion. But we can get a kit if we can get in the Premier League. Because I don't think it looks pretty dumb if you're in Premier League without your own kit. So get on it, David and Paul. I'm a bit nervous about the team with Chile. Chileans in here. Be really strong. Oh, bloody bush got in the way. Oh, another rider got in the way. What am I working with here? Hey, I got the kit. What is it? What did I get? I got the Alpe. Wrong one. Where am I going? So many things to look at. Hey, I got the Alpe. Surely not. All right. Enough of me just blabbing on. Better go and have dinner. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. I was pretty happy with that effort and happy that Zwift didn't crash on me this time. I think I'm not sure when the next Massif is. I'll try and see if someone's streaming that one. I'll watch that. Plus I'll watch Ed stream again, watch him zoom past me. Thanks, Paul. I've got to get back to doing a ride with you guys on a Saturday. Maybe sometime during the ZRL, I think. We'll try and get a ride in on Saturday. Where's my intro? I use my intro because I didn't get to play my intro beginning. I'll do I'm trying to build a bit more, Paul, so I'll do that long ride on Sunday, but on Saturday I'll probably just do a long steady ride again. Trying to build up a bit of stress this week and then take a few days off next week. I'm trying to do a 2 weeks on, 4 days off sort of thing. Yeah, we're thinking the same thing. But on Sunday I'm going to do that event that everyone, well, Mike and a couple of others are going to do, where you just roll around for 100 kilometers or something. And then I'm going to try and do a solo attack on Uber What is it? Uber pretzel. I've been looking at the times. 4 hours solo is going to be really hard. I better go. Okay. Catch you all later.